example number 2, we're talking about Pac-Man. Let's pretend Pac-Man's a circle. It's a little bit flatter than a circle, but we'll ignore that for the moment. So Pac-Man, suppose he has a radius of 12 centimeters, and his mouth opens 60 degrees, and I want to know how many square centimeters does Pac-Man's mouth occupy. So what is this area here? We're going to write it in 2 ways, in terms of pi and as a decimal. So yeah, we got 60 degrees. The mouth portion is 60 degrees, so we're going to use 60. So it's going to be 60 out of 360 multiplied by pi times r squared. R is 12. We don't have to divide by 2 because r is 12, right? That is your radius. So multiplied by pi times 12 squared. Now it says to write it in terms of pi. So what that means is you don't put pi in the calculator. You leave everything but pi in your calculations, which means in Desmos, I would do 60 divided by 360, and I would multiply it by just 12 squared, no pi. Well, that ends up being 24. And so what we do is we write that, the pi doesn't go away, it's just written, okay? So it's 24 times pi. So we're going to move the pi at the end, okay? And all of this will become 24 pi, and then this is centimeters squared. So 24 pi, 24 times pi. 24 pi is approximately 75.398, so 0.4. So as a decimal, 24 pi is approximately 75.4 centimeters squared. So Pac-Man has an open mouth of about 75.4 centimeters squared. And if you were to put that pi in the original equation, you have it, right? But if you take the pi out, it's just 24, and then you put the pi after, 24 pi. All right, let's look at the Pac-Man portion, the non-mouth portion. Second part of this. How many square centimeters does Pac-Man's head minus the mouth occupy? Write it in terms of pi. So we're going to just kind of do the other portion of it, right? This is 60, so this portion of it will be whatever 360 minus 60 is, right? Well, that's 300. So we're going to use 300, divide it by 360, and multiply it by pi times 12 squared, but leave the pi out in terms of pi. See if you can get that answer. What is 300 out of 360 times 12 squared? Write the pi next to it. So it would be 120. 120. So 120 what? 120 pi, and then the units are centimeters squared. Area is always in units squared. So 120 pi centimeters squared. And the other one was, what was that? 60, 360 times. That was 24 pi. So if you combine the 24 and the 120, that's 144. That's 12 squared. That's the whole circle. All right, as a decimal, 120 pi is approximately 376.9, about 377 centimeters squared. So I'll round that up, or maybe I'll go to 0.99. So 120 pi is approximately 376.99 square centimeters. So he approximately takes up the space of 377 square centimeters. Well, that is your Pac-Man problem.